Thinking about buying property in Dubai? Before you do, there are three things most buyers get wrong that could cost them tens or even hundreds of thousands of dirham. And the third one is something almost no one tells you until it's too late. So in this video, I'm going to walk you through exactly how to buy property in Dubai step by step, including the real costs, the full processes, and a few insider tips that could save you lots of money. Hi, I'm Chris Channa, a Dubai real estate advisor helping buyers, sellers, and investors confidently navigate Dubai's property market with transparent advice and insider knowledge. If you're thinking about buying property in Dubai, whether you're relocating, investing, or upgrading your home, this video will show you exactly how the process works from start to finish. And make sure you stay until the end because I'll explain one step that most buyers overlook, and it's the step that could make the difference between buying a great property or making a very expensive mistake. And by the way, if you're currently researching buying property in Dubai, I've put together a complete Dubai buyer's guide that explains the process, costs, best areas, and investor insights for 2026. You can download it completely free using the link in the description. Now let's walk through exactly how buying property in Dubai works. Step 1, decide what type of property you want. The first step when buying property in Dubai is deciding what type of property actually suits your goals. This is where a lot of buyers go wrong. Most people start by browsing listings online, but they haven't really thought about why they are buying. Are you buying a home to live in, a property investment, a holiday home, or a relocation property for your family? Because the right property for each of these goals can be completely different. For example, investors often look for high rental yields, while families relocating to Dubai tend to prioritize communities with schools, parks, and lifestyle amenities. Now, this leads to the second decision buyers need to make. Number 2, choosing the right area. Dubai has a huge range of communities, each with its own lifestyle, price range, and investment potential. Some of the most popular areas buyers look at include Dubai Marina, downtown Dubai, Dubai Hills Estate, Palm Jumeirah, and Jumeirah Village Circle. Each of these areas attracts a slightly different type of buyer. For example, Dubai Marina is very popular with professionals and investors because it's a waterfront lifestyle with strong rental demand. Dubai Hills Estate attracts many families because of its parks, schools, and modern community design. Areas like JVC are often considered by investors because they can offer strong rental yields. But here's something many buyers don't realize. The location you choose can have a huge impact on both lifestyle and long-term property value, which is why doing proper research before you buy is incredibly important. Once you've chosen the type of property and the area, the next step is where many buyers start worrying: the finances. Step 3, understand your budget and financing. Before making an offer on a property in Dubai, you need to understand exactly what your budget is. And this includes more than just the property price. If you're buying with a mortgage, banks in the UAE typically require around 20% deposit down payment for residents and around 35 to 40% down payment for non-residents. Interest rates can vary depending on bank and market condition, but typically fall somewhere between 4 to 6% depending on the mortgage product. But the purchase price isn't the only cost, because there are also transaction costs when buying property in Dubai. These include the Dubai Land Department transfer fee of 4%, agency fees, typically 2%, and mortgage registration fees if financing. Combined, buyers should generally expect 6 to 7% in additional costs on top of the purchase price. Now, this is the point where many international buyers are pleasantly surprised, because unlike many other countries, Dubai has no annual property tax, no capital gains tax, and no tax on property sales, which is one of the reasons Dubai property has become so attractive for international investors. Step 4, finding the right property. Once you understand your budget, the next step is finding the right property. Now, this is where having the right guidance can make a big difference, because two properties in the same building or community can perform very differently depending on factors like view, layout, floor level, developer quality, and service charges. And this is also where experienced buyers start looking beyond just the property itself. They look at things like rental demand in the area, long-term capital growth potential, community development plans, and nearby infrastructure. All of these factors can affect how well a property performs over time. And in a moment, I'll explain one specific fact that can dramatically impact a property's resale value, something many buyers overlook completely. But first, let's walk through what happens once you've actually found a property you want to buy. Step 5, make an offer and sign the MOU. Once you've chosen a property, the next step is to agree on a purchase price with the seller. When both parties agree on the terms, a document called a Memorandum of Understanding, or Form F, is signed. This document outlines the terms of the sale, and at this stage, the buyer usually pays a 10% deposit, which secures the property. This deposit is typically held by the brokerage or trustee office until the transfer is complete. Step 6, obtain the NOC from the developer. After signing the agreement, the next step is to obtain something called an NOC, the non-objection certificate. This document is issued by the property developer and confirms that all service charges have been paid and there are no outstanding liabilities on the property. Without an NOC, the property cannot legally transfer ownership. Step 7, transfer ownership at the Dubai Land Department. Once the NOC is issued and all the paperwork is prepared, the final step is the ownership transfer at the Dubai Land Department trustee office. At the transfer appointment, the buyer pays the remaining balance. The transfer fee is paid and ownership is officially registered. And once this step is complete, the buyer receives the title deed, which confirms legal ownership of the property. The entire process, from signing the MOU to receiving the title deed, typically takes around 2 to 4 weeks, which is actually much faster than in many other property markets around the world. Now, remember earlier, I mentioned one factor that can have a huge impact on resale value. It's something called service charges. High service charges can significantly affect a property's rental yield and long-term appeal to buyers. So it's always important to understand what the annual service charges are before purchasing. If you're thinking about buying property in Dubai and you'd like help finding the right property or understanding the process in more detail, you can schedule a free consultation call with me using the link in the description below. I regularly work with international buyers and UAE residents to help them find the right property based on their goals, whether that's lifestyle, relocation, or investment. And if you're still early in the research phase, make sure you download the Dubai Buyer's Guide, which walks you through everything we discussed today in much more detail. So, to quickly recap, the steps buying property in Dubai are: decide your property goals, choose the right area, understand your budget and financing, find the property, sign the Memorandum of Understanding, obtain the developer NOC, transfer ownership at the Dubai Land Department. Once you understand this process, buying property in Dubai is actually very straightforward. If you found this video helpful, make sure you like the video and subscribe to the channel, because every week I share videos helping you buy, sell, and invest in Dubai real estate. And if you're wondering which area in Dubai is currently the best place to buy property, make sure you watch my next video where I'll break down the best areas to buy property in Dubai right now. I'll see you in the next video.